We're here to pull cards for February the 17th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. It is in your best interest to hear how that breaks down before we move on to your individual signs, so you know what I'm referring to whenever we get there. So I will pull one card for overall energy. After that, I'll pull one card for each sign, and we'll look at how those energies play out together. So let's see. Overall energy is coming up as the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now for me, the King of Pentacles in reverse has a couple of different meanings. We're going to see how he plays out for each person. For one, this can be somebody who is broke, okay? Just flat ass financially broke. For another, this can be an indication that somebody is going to be trying to shake you down. They're going to be trying to get you to agree to give them money or some other material good. And they're only going to give you part of the story about what they're going to do with it. They're not going to tell you the rest of the story. So this could be somebody saying, you know, I really need so much money because I need to buy formula for the baby and diapers, and I have to pay the electric bill and yada yada. And then what they're not telling you is maybe they're going to buy formula for the baby and diapers, and maybe they're going to pay the electric bill, but they're also going to go out to the street corner somewhere and get some crack. You know, things like this. That's kind of an extreme example, and hopefully nothing like that is going on in anybody's life, but that type of energy can show up with the King of Pentacles in reverse for me, where somebody is, you know, trying to pull one over on you and get you to help them with more than what they're telling you about. So if that ends up being the case, then you just want to get more information before you agree to being generous with somebody. And then the last way that this can come up for me, the King of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who, and this is a little odd because for me it's not the King of Swords in reverse, but this can be somebody who's a little bit off mentally. You know, as my dad might say, the elevator does not go to the top floor. And a lot of times somebody who's a King of Pentacles in reverse, if it's talking about that they're off mentally, for me it can be that, you know, it's not something that you're going to notice when you first start interacting with them. It's something that you're going to realize as time goes by, as you're working with this person, that maybe that elevator is missing a level. So, yeah, let's see how this plays out for everybody. We've got 3 general meanings that normally show up for me on this card. Let's see how it plays out. Da, 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 da. Will they all 3 show up? Will only one show up? Will I get something completely different? We'll find out. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to start with Aries, as usual. All right. Aries. 4 of Swords showing up in reverse. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, so Aries, this is telling me about a person that you have been, you know, getting some distance from, that you've been getting some objectivity from your interactions with them. So you've detached a little bit. With the 4 of Swords coming up in reverse, I think you are communicating, interacting with this person again. Let's say that. I think you are interacting with this person again. Now, with the 4 of Swords in reverse, that doesn't tell me, are you interacting with this person to bring closure to the situation and move forward in a different direction? Or are you interacting with this person again because during your detached time you thought about things that you could do to make the situation better with this person? Okay, so detaching from somebody like we talked about when we explained this first card. Okay, now coming back to them one way or the other. Some of you are going to be detaching completely, and others of you are going to be coming back into a situation with them with hopes of making it better. Okay, so that's Aries. Let's look at Taurus. Taurus. 8 of Pentacles. What's going on here? Taurus, this is really interesting because I do think you have a situation where somebody's basically trying to shake you down and you're just focusing on work. I don't think you're paying any more attention to them than you absolutely have to. And I think you're going to be saying, look, I just don't have time to talk. I've got things that I have to do. I've got a deadline hanging over me. I've got to get with it. So I don't think you're giving them an answer. I think you're just saying, I've got to work. You're not letting them shake you down. And you're not dealing with any kind of response to the idea that you're not going to let them do that either. You're just saying, look, I got things to do. Okay. Now, Geminis. Peralt card in reverse. Geminis, I do think that you're getting impatient with somebody in your sphere of influence. And I think that it may not have occurred to you that this person in their elevator maybe doesn't go to the top. I think it hasn't really occurred to you yet. I think if you sit back and notice some patterns and some trends, you'll start to realize that there's a little bit that's just not fully clicking in upstairs for this person. Not that they're just way off base, just they have a little something that is getting to them. Okay. And usually, most people are not way off base when they have mental health issues. It's usually the little things. Who's up next? Cancer. Cancer, Prince of Wands showing up in reverse. Boop-a-dee doo 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 doo. Cancers, what I'm picking up on you guys is that you're actually worried about money, worried about finances, worried about your stability and your security right now. With this Prince of Wands showing up in reverse, I feel like you're having a hard time coming up with some solutions to those issues. You're not knowing exactly what it is that you could do to fix that situation. So just really having a rough time. And it's interesting. I don't really feel like you're actually broke. I feel like this is all just worry. It's worry. It's forecasting ahead of time, something that hasn't even happened yet and might not. And already trying to figure out how to fix the problem and feeling helpless because you don't really see an answer. So if you have something that you're worried about, but it may or may not happen, like 50-50 chance, never hurts to be prepared. But you also don't want to work yourself up about it either. And I feel like this is kind of a relentless cycle of thoughts that you're allowing that just makes this worry bigger and bigger. And if we know about law of attraction, then we know what that does to us. That does not help us. So we want to get away from that. Okay. So who is that? That was Cancers, I think. Yes. Next up, we're looking at Leo. Leo. Leos, I think that you're interacting with somebody today who is hoping to come out of a negative financial situation, and they may be hoping that you will help them, that you'll invest in an idea with them. This isn't like a shakedown type thing. It's like it's coming across more as this person has ambitions about things that they can do. They have ambitions and ideas about things that they can do that are going to help them financially, but they need a backer to be able to pull this off. And I think they're going to be talking to you about it and being very hopeful that you would be that person. Virgo. Four of Wands. What do we have? Virgo, I think you have a family member who could potentially be struggling with depression right now, Virgo. And so it's going to be really important that you're sort of paying attention to what's going on, paying attention to some of the things that they're saying so that you can kind of catch what's happening and find ways to be helpful for this person too. Maybe they just need some resources, how to get some help, or maybe just a few encouraging words will help them. It's going to be different for each one of you, but it's going to be important to pay attention to your family today. Who was that? That was Virgo, right? Yep. Okay, next up, Libra. Okay, so Libra's King of Wands showing up along with the King of Pentacles, both in reverse. Libra, I think that you have... I think that you have a friend that's feeling really low energy today, and I think that you're worried about them. That's what I'm going to tell you right there. I think you're feeling like you don't know what to do to help them, but you are worried about them. Next up, we're looking at Scorpio. Scorpio, Nine of Wands. Scorpios, there is somebody in our sphere of influence that maybe their elevator does not go to the top floor. I think that we are prepared that that person could be showing up in our experience today, and we kind of know. We know that that's going to be happening, and so we're kind of mentally and emotionally prepared for some of the things that may come up whenever this person is around. I have a friend who has dementia pretty badly, so I could see how that might be manifesting in my life. Let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Six of Cups. Sagittarius, this is really interesting. This is telling me that a lot of you have it better in your life than you did whenever you were a kid. And yet you can look back at some of those memories whenever, things were definitely tight, especially financially when you were a kid. You can look back at some of those memories still with fondness because there were certain things that happened in that situation with the dynamics of other people that were really special, that when we're not in those same dynamics don't necessarily happen when we have plenty. So I think you're looking back at some of the experiences as a kid and realizing that, there were upsides as well as downsides. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. Two of Swords. Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da. Capricorns, I think that you're evaluating somebody who's in your sphere of influence today to see, I think you're looking to see how truthful they are being. And not only that, but I think that you're recognizing that there's a potential that this person may not be being truthful with themselves. And because you're recognizing that, I think you're really evaluating the whole thing about whether this person is being truthful or not. Boop-a-da-doo-da, boop-a-da-doo. Aquarius. Princess of Pentacles. Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo-da-da-doo. What's happening here? This is interesting because you've got some kind of good news coming in about money or about material goods. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. What I'm feeling here is that you've also got somebody in your sphere of influence who hasn't had any good money about money, good news about money or material goods in a while. And so I think what's going on here is that you're feeling pretty shy about sharing that good news. I think you would like to share it with them. You would like to be able to celebrate this together, but at the same time, you don't want to be insensitive. And so you may not be sharing this. Some of you will, some of you won't. I'm going to say 50-50 split. And let's see, next up we're looking at Pisces. Five of Swords. Five of Swords, with that overall energy, this just talks about the idea that you're getting into some kind of fight, argument, or debate with a King of Pentacles in reverse type of personality today. And if you didn't hear about the King of Pentacles, then scroll back to the beginning of this recording and you can hear there. All right. So thank you guys very much for being here. I do appreciate all of your kind attention. Everybody have a fantastic day. Of course, I am doing readings today, so if you want one, just get a hold of me. Reiki sessions, same way. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Please remember, you guys are my supporters. So If you got anything out of this video, please put a thumbs up on it, share it with others, and put a comment down below. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.